from the green forests of the Pacific Northwest, I bid you all good evening, or good morning, as the case may be. Yep, definitely some rodeo clowns out there, everybody. Rodeo clowns. Anyways, back to the regularly scheduled programming. Yeah, so I thought we could just do a live. I got the lines are open up. I'm gonna talk about the shadow stuff again, because good old Harvey out there. After I put out the video, he said, "Oh my God, look at that! The bridge guy's there at 3 o'clock," with just using some ludicrous hand, painting. It was ludicrous. So what he's trying to suggest to everybody is that the bridge guy and Cheyenne are there at the same time, and then he tried to tie it into some mortuary stuff. So he's just gone down the rabbit hole of insanity. All right, everybody? Which was kind of what everybody thought already, okay? Yeah, and then I said on there, you can't tell what's a shadow unless you're watching the video, okay? Because there's a lot of lines on the bridge that you could think was a shadow, but it isn't a shadow. It's like tree ring dating is what it is. There's so many lines on there. Now, here's the one thing that people don't understand when they look at the suspect image. See this image right here? So I'll put it right on like one that's clear. This shot right here, how many railroad ties do you think are in that shot right there? Just roughly. Just throw out a, kind of a guess. I don't know where blue is. Yeah, go ahead. Just type in a number. In that shot right there, how many railroad ties do you think there are? Nobody has a guess? My God, people. Just type in anything. Like, what does it look like to you? Oh, yeah. You can't see it? Hey, where's my $2? That's when you say, hey, you can't see it. Oh, man, it didn't work. All right, hold on a second. That was a joke. I forgot this time. All right. I was like, wow, is anybody going to answer the question? Poor Gray. All right, look at this right here. How many railroad ties are right there? Say between this tree and his feet. What do you think? And by railroad ties, the big, let's see. Yeah, what Ms. Red Badger said is closer. Okay? See, that's the problem. There's literally 100 of them. Hundreds. Okay? It's crazy, but that's the reality of it. It's just that it's taken at such a low angle. And by the way, how far do you think that this forked tree right here, how far do you think this forked tree is from the bridge guy? Or how about this platform right here? How far do you think that platform is from the bridge guy when you see this shot right here? Just throw out something. Yeah, it's not even close. And that was something that was really eye-opening when Beth and Bonnie and different people went out to the bridge, for me to do experiments. It was really cool. So they went out there, and it was just mind-boggling, the reality of it. Let's see. Let me open up, get it to the Libby Nabby files here, or the locations. Yeah. So, and let me get it to April 2017. That's the best shot that there is right there. And here's the reality of it right here. So here's the southeast portion of the bridge. The bridge guy is right here next to platform 6. Platform 5 that you see in the bridge guy image is right there. And the tree is way back here. So when you measure the distance from the actual tree behind him to where he is, it is, I'll tell you how many yards it is. Well, feet's probably better. It's 70 yards, but in feet, it is 213 feet behind the bridge guy is this tree right there. Now, when you look at that image, you think, oh, wow. That's why a lot of people, even including me originally, I thought that Libby was on platform 6 when she was filming the bridge guy. But when Beth went out there, there was a couple things that do not exist in the bridge guy image. And as a matter of fact, they cropped it so much when they released that video. You can see it right there. See that little white portion right there? That is actually just past to the northwest of platform 6. It's a damaged portion of the side rails. And that proves that this guy is actually past platform 6 and is only about 60 feet away from the end of the bridge. Okay, now when you have a camera that's so low like that, so low to the ground, because Libby was holding off the end of the bridge and holding it low, so the camera was almost at ground level. I would think maybe 1.5 feet above. So when you do that, you're getting hundreds and hundreds of railroad ties in there, and the shadow of an individual would be very, very thin. And I have a pretty good example here. This is the experiments that we did, and this is Bonnie right here. Beth is the one that filmed. Now, right, I don't know if you can see it. Let me zoom in on this for you guys. And hopefully you'll be able to see. So this is kind of what they're doing in law enforcement. They're cropping out, and you're starting to lose a lot of clarity, but it's bigger. So let's just make it bigger so you can see what I'm talking about. So there's Bonnie, and see that little white nodule thing there? That is the damaged portion of the side rail. Now watch, when she's walking, now she needs to be a little bit further to the center, as I've told you guys before. But now see how you can just barely see the shadow with her? I mean, just watch her. You can barely see it. It's very narrow. But look at all of these railroad ties right there. That's what these are. Every one of these, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, there are literally 100, at least way over 100 railroad ties between this platform and where the bridge guy is standing, or the end of the bridge. Let's put it that way. So here comes Bonnie. Watch. And you can't see you can still see this. You can see the shadow just barely though. But if she was to stop at any point, you wouldn't be able to say what was the shadow and what wasn't. Okay, that's just the reality of it. If you watch it though, you can kind of tell at some point. So when she gets to this clearing right here, see how it's just kind of a white area? Let's see if one shows up in there. All right, see, boom. Now you can see a shadow right there. This shadow right there is her, because now we've watched the video of it. And if she keeps going, and that means she's not in a gap either. And then right there, that's her shadow again. Yeah, so this entire line right there, but look how narrow her shadow is and how it matches the gaps and the shadows of various gaps along the way. So if you're just looking at a still image, you don't know for sure what you're looking at. Do you guys understand what I'm saying here? Now, the reality of it is what you need to do in this image is right about now, if you slid Bonnie over to here, where you could just barely see that, that's where the bridge guy is. So right where she is right there, is about where the bridge guy is. And let me show you why I think this. So I'm going to back it up a little bit here. And it's this right here. See this dark line there? And then how this other part jogs up right there? And then there's another dark line back there. Now watch this. I'm going to go all the way back to the slowest version that I have here. Hold on. So look at right there. That line is that same one that jogs up like that, and this is that gap between them, and here's the dark one behind it. But see that right there? Look at that. Ding, ding. That right there, that's exactly the same thing. So I'm going to stop it right there and then go back to the Bonnie video. And you can see it right in here. See that? You got that line, boom, boom. And then when she gets between, and so if you go back to that, he's standing almost on this dark shadow right there. And it turns out that it's actually past platform 6 right there. Okay? So a lot of people still say, oh, yeah, she's over, you know. Libby's standing on platform 6 and he's way back there. But the reality of it is the girls are off the end of the bridge and the bridge guy is close to the end of the bridge. He's 60 feet away. That's not far at all. Now, the closer she gets, the easier it is to make out a shadow. All right. So in this area, you can see it pretty clearly, but it's also very difficult to determine the angle of it. Now you can compare it to individual lines, like for example right there. There's a line right there, but it appears that the shadow is heading backwards a little bit. And I think this was shot in April. I'm not exactly sure of the... There is metadata on it, but I'm not sure how Beth sent me these. Did she make copies? And what I mean by copy, like, was it in another program and then save as? And that would change it. But if you take the originals and send them, they should have the original metadata on them. I don't remember what she did. And by the way, Mimi is a moderator now too. I don't know where she is, but see, you can definitely see the shadow, right? But let's start getting it back to where the bridge guy would be, about right in there. And it's hard to really get a good angle. So I'm going to say that for the best of my ability, given what I have on the previous video that I made earlier with the bridge guy shadow angle, I can just say that it looks consistent with being at around 220, 230. Okay, but it's just not, you'd have to see a shot from above to really get the answer. Okay, now it was easy to do with the railroad spike because it was standing up and you could see the shadow there. I've only been on for like 10 minutes. Maybe 15. Hell, pretty soon everybody's going to be a moderator. and then you'll try to block each other, but you won't be able to. Yeah. So this right here, I'm going to go over this again for people that haven't seen it. It's a damaged piece of side railroad, like the side rail. This thing right here. It's really damaged up there. And I actually have video of that. Let me see if I can find it. But isn't that crazy? How close everything looks to each other, but it's not. It's literally over 200 feet away from the end of the bridge to the tree there. Let's see how far it is from the tree to the bridge guy. I hate calling him bridge guy. It's 212 feet to the bridge guy. End of the bridge, it's almost 300 feet. So where Libby is filming, it's almost 100 yards away, the tree, the forked tree, the famous forked tree out there. Right. So, by the way, you can call in at any time if you want to be talking about it. But again, let me go back to the video here. So, I think this experiment that we did a long time ago really illustrates exactly what we're talking about. Look, see, the shot though isn't in the right location. It needs to be left of here and back, and she did take a couple shots like that, but that's why you see so much of it. But look at that fork tree's right there, the platform, here's the little nodule. Now you just need to slide the camera over about 3 feet left and then turn it back. I'm going to go back and find some of the footage that I was talking about. Let's see. Oh, I guess somebody tried calling in. But you left. Yeah, this video here is better. See how it's on it, but it needs to still be over to the left a little bit. All right, the video I believe is taken over another 2 feet to the left, and she does have a clip that almost gets it right on the money. I think maybe, let's see, no, not this one.
Oh.
Maybe this one. Yeah, this one's getting close, like right there. See that? That shot, had she been walking, Bonnie had been walking on this one, we'd have one that was very close to what was going on there. Right there. It's amazing how you can see the same tree ring-like lines on the bridge. I mean, it's not that amazing, but it's just kind of interesting to be able to see. And then when you ask, well, what difference does it make? Well, I guess it matters now because we've got people that are questioning all the time and everything. Okay? You know, I don't believe the girls were on the bridge for 50 minutes. I don't think many people would go to the Monon High Bridge and sit out there for 50 minutes just walking around. All right, so it was 2:07. We proved that on an earlier video today. And I hope, did you guys all see that one? I'll open up 3D Studio Max again. And I'll show you this. Sorry you missed it? Well, you're right here. How did you miss it if you're right here? Yeah, it takes about 6 minutes to walk across the bridge. That's if you just kind of casually stroll across. You can probably do it in 4 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, if you just keep really. It's basically it's 860 feet across, so not even 300 yards. So less than it's like going around a track to, 2/3 of a track, something like that. Hello, Claudia Dubauer. Yeah, so I'm gonna do another. I'll show you guys what I do with the Abby shot. But here's an example. I actually made this to scale, pretty much. So look at all these railroad ties that are in there. All of these, all the way past. Like if you were gonna, let's see. Let me go to the top shot here and get back to here. So the forked tree is right over here, and all these railroad ties. Look at these. I don't know if there's like, let me count. How many have we got there? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely over 100. I mean, just a ton of railroad ties, all the way up to platform 5 here, and then. But in the suspect image, it only looks like there's a few, and everybody goes, "Oh yeah, there's probably." Man, I played golf today. I was 5 over after 14 holes, and then these ridiculously dark clouds showed up with lightning in them, and we just got out of there, and then it just monsooned. Unbelievable. So I just got back, but then when I got home, my back was just really sore as I got out of the vehicle. Ugh. So I'm gonna have to get on my inversion table. Play me a violin sound. What does that mean where you're playing with Trump? Harvey is, Candace. There's a whole bunch of people now questioning the time because of, and Greeno was saying something about the time. You know, we cleared that up. It's about maybe 12, 15 minutes after he was saying that kind of thing. Hey, but Candace, I'm just going over it. If you're not interested in what we're talking about, just go troll somewhere else. All right? Doesn't that sound good? Okay. Oh, have a good evening. I'm gonna get you out of here. Cleaning out the cobwebs. Yeah, so basically I made this as a representation of Abby. Yeah, looks like they have it set on. I'll just leave it the way it is. You go to here, and then you pick the setup, and I'm going to set it to, right now it's at 245, so I'll set it to 207. This is what was in the video earlier today. And when you render that, let's see. Yeah, you see the, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but you can see the angle right there of the shadow. It doesn't go straight across. It actually goes north, east in direction, and then across. It's not directly east or, directly to the right, basically. If it was lined up with the railroad ties here, it would probably be closer to 3 o'clock. However, it's up like that. So then you take a look at the image of Abby, and I've got that on the screen here just a second. Yeah. So take a look at that. It goes up like that, and then to the right, and it's actually behind to the tie behind her. So I actually put the cylinder on the gap between these two railroad ties because her weight is probably centered over the gap. And then the shadow goes up and then onto the side rail, but it actually ends up behind a little bit. So if you zoom in on that, see how similar that is? So there's a railroad tie there, and if you look at the shadow, it actually crosses onto that one, and that's what this does too. So, and that's at 207. It's almost an exact location. Absolutely perfect for that. So her Snapchat definitely was uploaded right when they took the picture at 207. The image that Cheyenne took, it does appear that she really did upload the image after she got done walking back to the car. Yeah, it's like using a sundial. Now, the suspect video, I tried doing it earlier. I don't know if it's really something that you can really get a really good number, to be honest with you. Because I'm looking at him. And the only time that the shadow's really clear is like right there. And I do think that this darker spot right in this area is him too, like right there, as it fills in. But if you take that, it is not the same angle as the line directly behind it that you can see, although that's probably a good 10 feet behind. That's the problem with doing this. Okay, now Harvey goes, oh, look at that. Look at that, the shadow is exactly the same as this. Therefore, it's 3 o'clock, and therefore Cheyenne was on the bridge with the bridge guy, and no wonder she became maybe it works as a mortician, he said. And it's like, what are you trying to imply now? It's incredible. Yeah. And one thing that's kind of, you can see now too, is there's some little wispy, like wheat or whatever the hell it is, some kind of a weed, but you can see it right here. Watch. See that? It's actually swaying with the wind, maybe. And if you go to the video with Bonnie Raitt in it, you can see them right here. Look, there's those weeds, those same, I don't know what you call them, but but look at that, they're right there, same thing. Oh, and you can actually see these ones moving around. Thanks, Karen K. Yes, Trolls Be Gone. Is that a new spray paint that we can invent? Trolls Be Gone?
Trolls Be Gone. Collision.
Like a raid spray, bug spray, something like that? Yeah, I'm gonna go load up a different video here. I've got a whole bunch of old clips. But I'm going to use I think one of Bonnie's might be better. Yeah. I think it's one of the ones where she's on the other side, I think. I don't know if this is it. Yeah.
Personally, I think that...
See, boom. Like this shot right here is right on the money. I think this is another one. I don't know if Bonnie took this or Beth, but it's in this folder that I had. Look at it. Right? God, let me just try to, like right there. That is absolutely right where Libby was, just like this. And if you can see back in the background, the fork tree, the platform and the little white nodule are very, you know, they look closer to each other because it's not too far to the right. But that one right there might even be better. Look at that. Like I was saying, about 1.5 feet, 2 feet from the right rail, filming in there. It's perfect. And if I pull back up, so just kind of remember this space right there. And if I pull up the suspect video, see that? You got the white nodule right there, platform, forked tree. Like right there. So. And he's standing right in there. See, this is lower quality video right here. I think this might be similar to one that was in the other, what was it? A different folder, but it was a high quality. She sent me the high quality version and the low quality version.
Yep. There's no way to say it's that. Yep. There's no see until you get right. It's that right there.
Yeah, right there. See, there's the damage.
It's the reflection
Right
off
there.
of this tie right here.
Out of far, you can see it better.
So that white, what looks like a white nodule is this area right here. See that? And they're actually measuring it. And it's, let's see. Let me see if I know there's different footage. Let's try this one. Okay, this one's perfect for showing you exactly where that is. Can you guys see the white nodule right now? Can you see it? Put a 1 if you can see it just left of that far platform way down there by the forked tree. There's a little white area on the, you can see it? Okay. Now keep your eye on it as I move forward with this camera. Watch. Keep your eye on it. Now look, when you get to platform 6 right here, you can't even, it doesn't exist in the shot anymore, right? So you know that the shot was off the end of the bridge. That's actually how we figured that out. Look at it, it's right there. That's what looks like that white nodule. So Libby couldn't have been here filming back, even though it looks good, right? Like you see the platform, the forked tree, and you're feeling good about it. Like, okay, all right, it seems like it. I thought this originally too, but I mean, all the way back in March 2017, we figured out that that wasn't the reality of it. So again, you go back and just keep your eye on this spot right there as I go backwards and watch. It starts forming a little bit, starts looking like an actual object, and you go all the way back to the beginning of the video and it's still there, and that's where it looks like a white nodule. Now another thing too is if you're up high, like right now, you can't see it very well because the camera's too high. You have to have the camera low to be able to see it. See how it's higher here, and then as soon as you bring the camera down low like this, boom, it pops right into view. So that also told us that the camera was much lower than holding it up at your head filming. You get it? All right. So anyways, let's just watch this. I mean, I think this was actually filmed in March. Finishing up a Slurpee. I think she was 5, well, I don't know, 5, 6 maybe? Hey, did somebody call here? I heard a chime, but if you call, I'll answer it. Let me put it up over here so I can actually see the damn thing. All right. How tall was Libby? I don't remember. I could guess, but I thought maybe 5'6". I don't know. Oh, look, there's a face in the grain of the wood right there. Yeah, Slurpees are good. All right. So every time you hear Michael Katz telling everybody that that Libby's standing on platform 6, filming back, just tell him he's absolutely wrong, because you can't see this. This right here is the white thing that appears way up here, but the only reason you can see it is because it's way back there. All right. But he'll tell you that forever. He doesn't change his mind once he gets an idea. It never leaves. That's why Thomas Bruce is still the... I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible Thomas Bruce isn't the killer, but law enforcement doesn't seem really focused in on him, because they had a press conference after his arrest, and they showed a really young guy that looked nothing like him. And he's already arrested, so they would have been leaning on him. Right? Yeah. Yeah, lots of silliness out there. Yep, Slurpees and Ding Dongs. If those were the only foods left on Earth and they weren't bad for you, boy, I'd go for it. Although I like prime rib a lot too. And I mainly like to eat just the marbly fat stuff on the outside. That's good stuff. Oh, and I like... how could you not like that? Man, that's the best stuff. That's why they have it on it. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Oh, wait, you guys are vegetarians? Okay, forget it. Cool, far north. Not love meat, but not... No, you love meat, but not the fat. Well, the fat happens to taste better on prime rib. Yeah, and I was trying to figure out, too, on the shot of the entire... I think it was the full length of the bridge shot. I couldn't find anything that was really easily usable as a sundial. But, and that's not a very clear version of that. Let me see if I can find it. I think this is the one here. Yeah, right there. That's better. Not much better, though. I mean, just on these little tiny railroad spikes, you see that the shadow is off. It's not, you know, perpendicular to the side rail. It's kind of off at an angle, and that totally matches. If you flip it around, that's how the shadow on Abby was, the direction of that. Yeah, and I was thinking of maybe trying to figure something out with that ivy here. I always called it like, or the vine. It's not really ivy, but because there's definitely a shadow off of that, but it's just it's too difficult. But what I want to do is have everybody be on the same page of the timing of things. Okay, because all it does is create wild speculation when you're saying, oh, wow, look at the shadow of the bridge guy, as if you can see it really well. Okay, you can see it on a couple of the frames, but part of it, it does seem to be perhaps at a slight angle, but it's too hard to make out the angle because of how low the camera is and how it kind of scrunches everything together. So it could be a lot sharper of an angle if you were shooting down on it. Top Cop said, Gray, my mom bought me ding-dongs, or ding-songs to surprise me. I busted out laughing and thought of you. Oh, ding-dongs. My mom called me a freak. Did she call you a freak because she knows you're a freak on here, or just that's what she called you in general? See, Harvey Carroll was so excited today when he thought, wow, I'm going to be able, I can debunk Gray, look at it. But he didn't read what I wrote. Okay, what I said is you can't tell if it's a shadow off of a still image. At least that's what I was meaning to put in there. Because I had a follow-up comment, but he doesn't want to see that because it doesn't fit the video. Then he made a quick video, really quick. You know, he's just a, God, it's just amazing. My God. Like who? That's what he sits around just waiting and waiting. Look, here's what I want. I want somebody to disprove stuff that I'm saying. Okay? Because then you'll give me material so I can debunk you. But I won't mention your name because you would just be doing it to, to get people to watch your channel. Okay? Like, for example, there's people out there right now talking again about how Libby filmed the bridge guy in selfie mode with the camera. Okay? That doesn't make any sense at all. I actually asked 2 law enforcement people, and they both said, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That have seen the video. Okay? So it wasn't filmed in selfie mode. And I'm not going to show you the screenshots. But I'm going to tell you right now that that's not true. Hey, thanks, Kit Kat.
Slurpy fun smiling face with smiling eyes.
And what does it matter that it was in selfie mode? Nothing. It's just dumb. I mean, imagine her standing there, her buddy's still on the bridge heading towards her, and she's looking the other direction, filming over her shoulder, trying to film clandestinely. Or does it make more sense that she was standing there, maybe coaxing her friend Abby, saying, hey, come on, and has the camera down low, filming out on the bridge? I mean, just use common sense sometimes, right? I mean, selfie mode makes no sense at all. All right? Well, it looks like my sub count went back down to 37,100. I guess all these videos that I make just aren't good. Or we're doing or YouTube's doing their seemingly weekly purge of non-existent accounts. Yeah, I don't know either. It's crazy. Every day there's another thing that you have to just go, oh boy. You know, for example, let me show you this one. Here's another. This is one of the ones that Greeno says all the time to try to prove that Abby wasn't on the bridge. Okay, so let's see. It's inside, I think, edition, Abby, and let's see where it is. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out inside edition. Oh yeah, inside edition, Delphi suspect, something like that. Oh, here we go. That's perfect. So what he'll sit there and do is tell you that this image right here. Actually, I think I need to go back. Oh crap! Don't want to have that on the screen. Yeah, this one right here. Can you see that? He says, "Look, look, everybody. Originally, they released a lot wider image, so you can use that to prove that that the Abby wasn't in the shot, okay? Because you can see way over here. But that's not what's going on here. What they did was they used cloning stamps and those kinds of things to extend out the what they had was this. Then they needed to make it fit a screen to make it wide angle size. So they clone stamped, repair tool, whatever the hell they did, because you can actually see in here, like look right there. See that little white thing? It's exactly the same thing as this one right there. It's like a little portion just cloned over. As a matter of fact, look at this. Right there is this. Okay? It's the same damn thing. So they were just making it extended out. That's why it's blurry here and blurry there. So you got, he'll tell you that all the time and get angry about it when he's explaining it. He's wrong. Okay? 100% wrong that this is actually some bigger image that was released at some point. Okay, never. That's not true. 100% false. So next time he pulls it up on the screen, let him know that he's inaccurate on that. Okay. All right, you guys. Now the lines are open for any Delphi discussion. I'm going to stay on here until 7:30. All right, but I just wanted to talk about the shadows and the time again, and clear up some of the crap that Harvey Carroll likes to put out there because he didn't do something first. He doesn't have the ability to, though. That's one of the realities of it, is he doesn't have the ability to do any of this stuff. He'll try to trick you and sort of highlight things and have clever music playing around. Really, when I say clever, I mean it's absolutely disrespectful bullshit music that he puts on the videos. It's like, what are you doing, dude? This is a serious case. It's not like some circus. Although you've made it one, that's for damn sure. And look at this image, man. They've removed the entire forked tree out of the equation. What do you mean interesting? None of the suspect drawings look like the one I seen yesterday. Yeah, well, there's only two sketches out there, and that's it. Okay, there's none out there. All the rest of them are ones that other people made, and don't look at them. Only look at the two that law enforcement put out, but then focus mainly on the new one, because apparently the new one is what they think is more accurate. Although Carter will tell you it's a combination of the two. Yeah. Thanks, Lori.
Amazing work, Gray. Thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah, I mean, to me sometimes it seems like this hoodie that he's got on his head matches this. The sun's just hitting it brightly, and if you look on this side, it matches this. Over here it doesn't, because the sun is in the shadows. Of course, if you go to the other channels, they see all kinds of stuff in the shadow itself, even though there's nothing there. It's just a dark, like right in there, there's nothing, there's no detail that you're going to get out of that area right there. I mean, there's a couple frames where you see more of him. Okay, so let's see. Like right there, there's a little bit more light over there, but there's just, there's not enough detail in there. So when you get people trying to sell you on that, they're not telling you the truth. Like that's a pretty decent one there. You can see the nose and the... Thanks. Was that Eleni or Eleni or type it out phonetically for me. Seems like on this channel I've seen a lot of names I've never seen before. Thank you. Lace, pronounced Lace, aka Linda. Man, that's almost as long as Crystal, aka Beaver Gaming sub Crystal, but she got rid of Crystal, so you may be about the same length now. Man, don't any of you guys want to call in about Delphi? You guys always have something to say. Oh, there it is. Crystal aka. Let me see. Let me look at the length on there. Oh, you're a little bit longer still. Although it could be because you're bold and blue. Here, let's try. I'm gonna try something here. Let's see. Take this shot. Take that one. By the way, that was the original, that satellite image we got. That's the full size, that huge swath there. And then you have to zoom in, and that 100%'s like that. Okay. Let's try to do this like tree ring. Line this up like tree rings. Just for the hell of it. Let me see if this works. I don't think I've tried this particular way. I just thought of it just now. Cleaning out the cobwebs. Oh, you're a Libra. All right. The scales. Thank you. I think this is always something I've wanted to try. Let me see if I can get that clear version of the... Where the hell did it go? There it is. All right, we're going to try to do some tree ring lining up just to see. I just want to see how similar this is. So first we'll make the transparency a little bit lower on that one. Hey, there's somebody called. Hey, somebody just called in and they hung up. Jesus. I think it's, maybe it's a troll, I don't know. There, let's see. Now let's make this yeah. See, you guys see how what I'm saying here? Look at that. See, I think that this one is this one and that one is this one. And you can actually see. I think we have these about the same size. What happened to that? There it is. So you guys can see through there, right? That looks like I've got those pretty well dialed in, and even the side rail there. So what happens if you make this and then blink it on and off? Oh yeah, look at that. It's almost right on the same spot. And as a matter of fact, look at right here. See that part right there? See that? How there's a little bit of a darkness than this one and that one. See, that's it right there. Boom, boom. And that means in this shot, he's past that one, almost making it to this one. So there you go, everybody. That's the first time I've tried that on the air, I think. Let's see what's going on with the nodule. Does that show up right there too? Yep, look at that. Boom. Yeah, and even this one, look at back here. This white line there. See how that's lighter than the rest? Watch this. Watch. It's still there. Almost exactly in the same spot. Look at that. You know, it's not the exact same angle, but there you go. Slide it over and boom. There you go. And I was just kind of doing that, eyeballing it. Before, to me, it seemed kind of obvious, but I think this is a better way to represent it. I mean, look at right there. Right there, and then right there. This, that dark area, white. Hell, even you can even see that one and this one. And yeah, unbelievable, everybody. Okay, so that's what the real people do that are actually trying to figure out exactly what's going on. Now, does this help find the killer? No, it doesn't do that at all. What it does, though, is try to put a very accurate picture of what went on and when it went on. Okay? That's it. I'm going to tell you that I've never claimed, you guys heard me say it a million times, that I'm going to go out and find who the killer is. Okay, now I get information sometimes where you, like that Kurtz and the horse, that was interesting, right? It doesn't mean that I found the killer. It means that there was some sort of, you know, a nexus between Ron Logan and Garrett Kurtz. That's all it means. Thank you, Miss Jules.
Awesome investigative skills. You have an eagle eye for details.
Well, thanks. You know what I could do is put the, wonder if I put this guy over here on top, the other way around, put him on the top. And see, look at that, how that perfectly lines up almost. I mean, look at that. It's just, it's not exact because it's a different angle slightly, but that's so close right there. Look at that. Oh man, look at that. That's creepy right there. That's literally, wow. Boom! All right, that's even better than the reverse of that. Awesome. So far 3 calls have come in, but they've all hung up within 5 seconds. So what do you think that is? Yeah, well, it's because it is the spot, you know, that's the thing. So you go back to the video. And thanks for the kind words there, Jules. Miss Jules. Don't want to have you confused with somebody else. And so, and this is the shot we were just looking at, right? And then look at his left foot is about to step down, almost right on, like right there. He's getting close to that first, I guess, gap there. And then if you take the, let's see, let me see if I can find, where's that one again? I got to go back to Bonnie, the Bonnie shot. This one. Now on hers, you can see the same area. Right there. Can you guys see that? I mean, I can just see it now because it goes like this and then up. Is that even clear enough for you guys? Because it's so small. But I can see it. You know what I should do is let me take this file and put that into Adobe Premiere. And then we'll bring that. I'll probably do a new sequence here. And then put that in there. And then it'll, okay, there you go. That's not the right one. Hold on. Shoot. Okay. I'm going to zoom in on this already because it's very clear footage. All right, right there. You see that? How it goes like this and then up. So that's the spot right there. So now, just remember that on the previous footage, he was about to step down on this dark line right there. So let's just keep that in your head while we're moving. Well, let me just do it slowly so you can see it. Oh, crap. It doesn't render, like each frame has to render because it's, but it's right there. So let's see where that is. You can still see it. It's kind of getting a little bit blurry, but it's right there. That's the one that his right foot was about to step on. And if you keep looking and going forward, so it's right here. That's why you can see it, because it's got a bigger gap than usual, a little bit damage on it. And so that's why we say that he's actually past platform 6, because it's right there. This is it right there. That's why you're able to see it. See how it's kind of damaged? Let's get more in there. I'm just scrubbing forward with the, the forward key. So right here, that right there, everybody, is this right there. That right there is why you can see that. See how smooth the rest of these are? Because there's no damage. But right there you can see it because there's damage. And then you go to the sequence, and that's why it looks like that. Because if you actually go back again to here, you can see it right there. It stands out, but it's only because it's damaged. And then that right now we are on that, and look at that. It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 8 of the 8 ties south of platform 6. I mean, who would have thought that? It's not even 65 feet. Yeah. No, it's not 70 feet. Oh, you mean the bridge height? Yeah, it's 60. I thought you were talking about the distance because it was close. We used to have it 60 feet from platform 6, where the suspect was, to the end of the bridge. But I think it's more like 50 something. And I think even on Google Earth, you might even be able to see that particular area. So you're looking at it like this. Here's platform 6 right there. I have something in the way of it, but it's right there. It's not clear enough either to really make out anything. Yep, so he was right there, and if you take that distance from about right there, let's say, and go to the end of the bridge, which is about right there. Let's see. Let me get it back to April again. You can see it. Yeah, so maybe it's 62 feet, not 50 something, but yeah, 60. You know, I'm going to say between 60 and 55 feet from the end. So it's not like he was a mile away, like everybody used to think. Yeah, I don't think they're going to release much more. They should only release audio if it's the suspect audio. I wish they would release everything else so we could listen to it, but they should only release other suspect audio, and if it's not something that's, you know, too horrific for the family to relive over and over and over again. I don't think there was snow on the ground. I haven't seen any pictures that showed snow, but I mean, I guess it's possible in the middle of the woods somewhere. The next day it got a little even warmer. It was only 43 degrees the day they went missing. Despite what you hear on different shows all the time, they always go, wow, it was so warm that day. They were, well, it wasn't. It was sunny, so it felt warm. You know, like whenever the sun's out, it tends to heat you up, but it was only 43 degrees. Later in the week, it got up into the 60s, and then I think the following week, for a little bit, it got up to like 65. It was ludicrous how warm it was. And I think a lot of people conflate that weather in their minds with, you know, the reality of it. Like they think, oh yeah, it was so warm. That was so warm, because that first day you're so stressed out and you're so just in shock, you know. So later on you probably conflate the temperature with that date. Yeah, Indiana gets pretty cold. Yeah. So I got another 19 minutes if anybody wants to call in. Because I don't think I'm coming back on later. I usually don't even... I try not to do a show on Saturdays anyways, but well, when I was out golfing, and then I was thinking, you know, I should go on and, you know, try to show people what I'm talking about, how that they're really... What the key stuff I wanted people to realize on this show right now is that when you're looking at this image right here, there are literally over 100 railroad ties from where, I mean, even from where he is to this forked tree back here. And this tree right here is 200, almost 300 feet from the end of the bridge. It's so far back there. It's just that it's a wide-angle lens. Well, I don't know if hers was wide-angle lens. Let's see. I think one of her shots was a little bit like that, the one of the bridge. But this shot here, I don't know why it's just that angle it's at. You could even see it, that Beth was able to mimic exactly the same thing. All right, here we go. Hello, 3:30.
Hi, Gray. This is Brenda.
Haven't you tried calling like 4 times? I kept saying 3:30.
No.
Oh. Well, what's going on?
No. I just had a few questions. I wondered if you could answer. I think what you've done here, it looks to me like it looks correct. So, if we know that the bridge guy catches up with them at 2:20, right?
Yeah, well, 2:20. I'm just saying between 2:20 and 2:30. I can't. It's hard to know for sure based on the sun information because it's not a very. You want to look at it almost straight down, or be really near it, like the shot of Abby, where you can actually see the shadow going off of her really easily. But yeah. So, anyways, go ahead.
Well, if that's the case, and they go down the hill, they walk to the crime scene or whatever happens between those points. Of course, we don't know, just where they ended up. Maybe that's a 10-minute walk, or who knows how long that took. Mm-hmm. Do you think? From
him, like walking from the. What side of the bridge? What are you referring to?
I mean when he meets with them 2:20, 2:30, pulls his gun out and they're going down.
Well, you can walk across in about 5 minutes from the start of the bridge, across. You can walk across in less than 5 minutes.
No, I mean from where he abducts them to the crime scene.
Oh yeah, that might take. Yeah, I mean, I guess it just sort of depends on what's going on. But if you just went straight down and walked across, you could do it in 5 minutes.
So it probably didn't take that much time. Then it's just, and then in the meantime, or sometime later, 3:00 is when Derek's first call to Libby's phone is.
No, that was at 3:11 while crossing. I can't remember the name of the other bridge. There's another bridge that you just used to cross the creek. It's really old, but I forgot the name of it right now. But he called it 3:11 and then 3:13 as he pulled into the parking area.
Right, and then he gets out of his car, and of course there's no answer. Uh-huh. He gets out of his car and starts walking, and then he runs into the flannel shirt guy.
Yeah, right
and
there.
And the flannel shirt guy is heading. And the flannel shirt guy is heading back towards the Freedom Bridge.
Yeah, apparently. There's some weird timing issues that I keep running in. I mean, with the flannel shirt guy.
Because this is kind of my big question is that, okay, he's walking back towards the Freedom Bridge after he probably very briefly talks to Derek, and he's heading back towards there. And we all know that there's been somebody else that saw the bridge guy, and I'm just wondering if flannel shirt guy was the witness that saw him, possibly going back towards his car. Maybe the flannel shirt guy is the one who actually saw the white car but didn't notice what kind of car it was.
Why didn't he tell Derek that he saw a guy like that?
Well, he wouldn't because he hadn't seen him yet.
Well, 3:15.
He hadn't seen him yet.
Well, but you have other people claiming that it was earlier. So that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I was thinking because I thought there was a lady walking her dog that had seen him earlier.
Right. See, that's what you said, right? The thing is none of that. I don't know how much of that is reality or what. To be honest with you, I mean, if he took him down the hill, let's just say it was 2:30, 2:40. He's across the creek and he probably killed him quickly. and then he's doing something. Maybe he got up and maybe he walked through the woods, and then he went back out on 300. I mean, the trail way further down by the Freedom Bridge. So maybe he walked and then cut across. I don't know. It just doesn't make none of it makes a lot of sense to me. This timing stuff, all these witnesses that say, "Oh yeah, this time," it doesn't match. So all I really think is that the bridge guy at probably like 45 or so, was heading back to his car at some point. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Well,
it just seems like it was just such a short period of time, for that crime to happen. But, it's just so sad because it's like there were some people around,
Well, he had a lot of time.
Like,
I don't think it's a short amount of time at all. It's like, there's a lot of crime. Those kind of crimes take place sometimes within 10 minutes. This was 2:20, and if the bridge guy saw him, it must have been around 3:30, right? Because he saw Derek at 3:15, and then he kept walking down to the Freedom Bridge while Derek was down on the 505 trail, or 504, I can't remember the number, but down the other trail. Then he came back up, and it was 3:30. And then apparently he ran into the flannel shirt guy again or something. I mean, that's what I heard the other, I don't know. Like, what? How did he catch up to him a second time after he already went? He went down the other trail, and then he came back up, and was the flannel shirt guy just like literally one step, every, just really slow walking like a turtle.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just was wondering about that because it kind of makes you wonder what the flannel guy, flannel shirt guy actually saw. Who were the witnesses that saw the bridge guy or supposedly saw the bridge guy, or, but the timelines were just so weird. It just seemed like it was such a short period of time. But, like you said, maybe it wasn't. It's just.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there that claim.
You just want to know the flow of the crime.
Well, the only thing I could say I think that is pretty accurate that I have is how it went originally, then down the hill, then across the creek. After that, nobody really, other than law enforcement, has a really great idea. I do think that there's a reason that they wanted to know if anybody saw that vehicle, because I think that they might have other evidence that shows or something like that the bridge guy, that's his vehicle, that he maybe headed back towards that or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I just wondered if it was flannel shirt guy because he was going back that way, so maybe he had his car parked over that way somewhere too.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah,
it seems like.
I'm not even sure we know that anything about any of the witnesses. There's a lot of people who claim, "Oh yeah, flannel shirt guy was one of the witnesses." I don't know. I'd have to hear him say that he was, and then also this lady walking a dog. I'd have to hear her say that too, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, if I literally was talking to somebody who said, yes, I was the one that they made the first sketch on, and it seemed legit, then I might talk about it. But I don't know. A lot of these, it's possible that these are real people that really saw the suspect. I don't know. Frustrating, though.
Yep, that's true. Yep. Well, that's all I had. I just wanted to hear what your opinion was of all of that. If you thought that that this bridge or the flannel shirt guy may have ran into him.
Well, I guess he may have. It could have been that the flannel shirt guy walked down. But the thing is, Derek was. He made it all the way to the Freedom Bridge and back to the parking area by 4. So he got back up by 3:30, then walked to the Freedom Bridge and back by 4. So and then he ran into the bridge guy again. I mean, not the bridge guy, the flannel shirt guy. So how did how'd that transpire? I mean, without him also seeing the bridge guy.
Well, the only thing I can say is, I'm a hiker, and sometimes, if the trail's kind of shorter and there's a certain amount of miles that I want to walk, I might go back and forth a couple times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I do that, and maybe this flannel shirt guy did not cross the bridge. He just walked down there,
Right.
walked back, and then, back and forth again just to get his steps in or whatever he wanted to do.
Could have been.
That
I don't even
kind
know.
of-
I don't know for sure that Derek saw the flannel shirt guy. That's just something that seemed like I just heard that recently, that he saw him twice, but I don't know. I can't, so don't take that as some fact. I just think that
But
I
he
heard
did
that.
see him, though, right? Because
No, the
he's the
first
one who
time.
asked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time, if he saw the girls down by there, which,
Right.
he saw the couple, which is probably Cheyenne. So it had to have been later.
No, I don't think-
it had to have been later anyway.
I don't know if that was. I think it was maybe Cheyenne's friends. I don't know. What's weird is Cheyenne, if it's accurate that picture was taken at 3 on the other end of the bridge, that means she was walking on the bridge around 2:50, which is crazy because that means literally 25 minutes or so before 30 minutes is when the girls were told to go down the hill. And that means
I know
it's wild.
Time
to
was
think
so
about.
close. The time was so close.
Yeah.
I mean, what if he would have seen somebody? The bridge guy would have seen somebody. He may have decided not to do it, like you said.
Yeah.
But it was probably just she was probably there just a little bit later after they had, like you said, 20 minutes, and that's not that long.
Yeah. Well,
But I was just always curious about that. I just wondered if
yeah,
I
we
was
don't
so
actually
curious
have the
about that
answers.
flannel shirt guy. I wish he'd come forward.
Yeah, me too. I wish a lot of people there were a little bit more open, because they might have information that might lead to something. Maybe if they were open about describing the suspect with their own words and we heard it, it might mean more than a sketch, because a sketch is just somebody's interpretation of what they're saying, and maybe somebody else would interpret it differently. I don't know.
But the only other thing I wanted to say was that I did hear, and I of course I have no idea if this is true, was that the flannel shirt guy was an older man, and I know that when I hike, I don't usually wear glasses or anything like that. Maybe he was the person that wears glasses and wasn't wearing his glasses and couldn't see the guy very well, because the sketches are so different.
Yeah, well, he is an older guy. For sure. But anyways, I'm sorry I couldn't help you out.
Then.
Sorry I couldn't help you out more, Brenda.
Well, it's still some questions being asked. Maybe somebody will say, "Oh, wow, yeah." You never know. All right, Greg. Thanks
right.
for all you do.
Okay, thanks for calling. Thanks, appreciate it.
Bye.
All right. Well, I just shut down the meeting, the Zoom call-in, because it's 7:25 and I said 7:30, so I think I'm gonna be getting out of here soon. Yeah. Hey, Miss Jules, yeah, you sent me that image. We've all seen that one. I think that's a disgrace, that image where it looks like a real person. I've actually talked about it twice on my show. The sketch that somebody took and made it look lifelike, that is really irresponsible and just absolutely bogus to do, because now people think, wow, that's really him, and then they look for that, when all the sketches is a representation, and as Carter said, it might be a mix between the two. So what are they going to do now? Take that and age progress it and things like that? I mean, it looks cool, but it's absolutely ridiculous, honestly. I don't know why people are so pumped about it. I wouldn't even do something like that. I'd be, because I know that it's not. I guarantee it. Nobody in law enforcement said, "Wow, thank you." And if they did, they're off too. Okay, because it's a sketch is a representation. Now it looks like a real person with skin tone, eye color, all that stuff. I've actually always thought that the eyes were hazel because police said they just are sure the eyes weren't blue. So that means it might have been something light and close to blue. They just knew that they weren't blue in color. So I think they're kind of like hazel colors. Now, you don't know the one who knows. You know, hey, the one who knows, you know what? How about you don't go on to anybody's videos and don't comment or anything like that. You always make ridiculous comments. You say people are saying, "Hey, Gray said I was the bridge guy." You know, you were on a chat and somebody asked you, "Hey, the one who knows, are you the bridge guy?" And you said, "Yep." And then a couple days later, I was joking with you and you freaked out like an idiot, okay? I mean, it was really embarrassing. I just went, "Oh my God, that guy's he's a troll," okay? Unless it was another account that's pretending to be the one who knows, okay? Yeah. "We have your script." Oh, there you go. Well, you know what I have? I have the screenshot of you saying yes to somebody asking you that, okay? Oh, look at, "We have your script," everybody. Yeah. Anyways, the one who knows doesn't know anything. As a matter of fact, when it's all said and done, what he'll claim is, at the very end, he'll say, "Yep, I got it." Yeah, I'll find the screenshot. I wasn't prepared to go. I don't have it listed under the one who knows screenshots. Okay, I'll show it to you in the future. All right, because I don't really care that much. Yeah, I just answered your question, the one who knows. Okay, why don't you go troll somewhere else? I know your idiotic comments on that one channel. "Oh my God, I'm gonna go after Gray because he said that." I didn't even say it. I was joking around with you because I don't believe you're the bridge guy, okay? But you said yes to a question. Now, maybe you were saying yes to something way up there, but you followed somebody asking you that question. There you go. Yeah, the one who knows, he does get triggered often. If you just say one thing, he freaks out. You know, I was just joking around with him, too. Great, you've named a suspect. Awesome. That's irresponsible, too. Okay? How much you want to bet the one who knows that the person you named is not the killer? Okay? So you putting out that name means he'll probably have a suit against you. If it is, we'll all cheer for you, okay? That one of your million guesses, you got one right. Yeah, what does that even mean? What does that even mean, the one who knows? So do you think that's really like cool and interesting when you type in numbers? Why don't you type in this next time? Go like this, go like this. Hey everybody, look at that. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, that's all he cares about. The reward money. I've never even said or tried. That's what's so lame is I've actually had people going, "Yeah, Gray's, all he cares about is getting the reward money." Have any of you even heard me bring up anybody's name as the killer at all? Other than, you know, I didn't even, the only people I've suggested are like, you know, I remember originally when Thomas Bruce came out, he was interesting, but I've lost interest in him. And then Garrett Kurtz was interesting, but I don't ever put on anybody's face or their name at all, like so many of the rest of you do. It's almost like you want to put it out there so you can have a video record so you can claim, oh my God, I said it first. Okay? I'm not going to claim to do that. My goal is to add clarity and rationality in a sea of lunacy. Okay? And that's what my channel basically is about. And hopefully you guys see that. And I'm not saying I'm right all the time. I'm just saying I really try to be correct. I never do the absolute bullshit speculation, coming up with wild conspiracy theories just so people get excited to watch my channel. If I did do that, my God, I'd be on a roll, but I don't do it. Yeah, that's right, Glenn. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, I'm open to listen to what somebody's saying, but I can almost immediately discount a lot of times what somebody's about to say, what they're saying. Yeah, well, that's just right. I mean, I always said that in the Kanika Jenkins case, if I pretended that I believed Kanika was murdered, and with my video skills and all that, man, I would have been an absolute hero. And just subscribers left and right. But the reality is I just tell you what I believe is the truth. So I don't care about, like, for example, when I made my first flow video, the one that Robert Ives actually commented on and said, hey, I sent you a couple emails. So then I found those emails. Okay, I actually deleted that. It was on a viral track. I mean, it had like 7,000 or 8,000 views in an hour. It was just bing, 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 bing. It was just taking off, right? But I saw an error in it that I made, and I actually just deleted the video and then re-uploaded it, fixing the error. Here, just a second. Yeah. So that's the thing, is I deleted it and I uploaded the next one, and it didn't have anywhere near, it just lost whatever it was. That's the thing, is those videos are just luck a lot of times, those viral videos. But I don't really care. For me, it's more like integrity, right? You put out, if you make an error and it's actually a substantial error that changes things in the video, then you should delete it. If it's an error that you can just put a note up and say, oh, well, I meant 330, not 230, and then people can read it, but it had little to do with what you were talking about, that's fine. Right. Yeah, I don't know if he's hiding anything. He's just got stuff under the jacket. You know, he's needs to get the stuff somewhere. He's not going to be, well, I mean, I guess you could say he's definitely trying to conceal stuff in the jacket, right? I mean, it's not like he's going to, let's say pretend he has rope and things like that. He's not going to be carrying him over his shoulder, walking across the bridge. But it also makes it easier to carry too, right? You just stuff them under there and walk. Yeah. Basically, I'll just tell you what I see in this shot really quick, okay? This is what I see. I see his left hand is in his jean pocket. His right hand is higher than the left hand, even if you rotated the image. His right hand is higher, which I think means that it's either in the... I think he's holding on to something that's in the pocket of the right jacket pocket. So I think he's kind of holding on to something there. This right here, you know, a lot of people think that's a fanny pack, but if you look at a shot like this, look how flat that is. There's no shadow or anything. So I think it's actually that he has a brown hoodie on underneath the blue jacket, and this is just a tail of that hoodie. It's probably a zip-up hoodie, perhaps, and then maybe this is one side that's hanging out a little bit longer, and maybe that's over there too, okay? And I don't know what this is right here. And let's see. Yeah. So, I mean, this thing here is interesting. Maybe that's rope or some kind of like the collar of another shirt. I mean, the thing is, it's just no way of knowing looking at it. Because like this shot right here, it sticks out. Like right. That's probably the best shot of it. Of course, some people said that that was a dog. That was the nose of a dog. That's the head. These are the arms and legs. And I told him, well, dogs in the real world aren't cartoons with an outline. Okay? Yeah, so it's not like, oh, wow, look, there's an outline of the dog's head, and then the two dots would be inside of that. And then I think there's a hat that's curled underneath the hoodie. So I don't even think you can literally see the hat at all. I just think it's underneath the hoodie right there. And then right there is the side of the hoodie. And I think it's over there too. And he's got a blue windbreaker on. Really lightweight. You know, obviously blue jeans. Now, I remember I was originally thinking he had a hole in the right jean. It's hard to say. I mean, because look at right, like that shot right there, you don't see much right there. It just feels like it's a shadow after it, you know, it's kind of curled up right there. I don't know. I do think that this is sort of a white worn patch on that side, on the left. But, you know, even that's hard to tell too. Yeah. And see, like right there. See, look at the right knee right there. There's no hole there, right? You see that? Nothing. And then you go a little bit further, and then it bends because it's fabric, and now there's a shadow there. But just before that, look at that. Nothing. But see, that right now his leg is bent, but now it's flipping out straighter, causing a fold. Now you see a shadow there, and then the shadow gets harder and harder. And now watch when the knee bends again. Actually, I don't know if we have that much. Let's see, right there. Now it's not there anymore. See that? It goes up, still bent. Nothing, 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 nothing. Now, as it's straightening out, it starts folding again, and then a shadow shows up. Okay. That's what I came up with. Hey, thanks, Candy. Nice Candy Douglas. Hey, good night, Steven. You're gonna have to come on, probably like on Monday, and tell the story of murder in your town. All right. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Own it. What are you referring to? What do you mean? What are you doing later? Walking the trails. What does that mean? Wait, hold on a second. I might be able to find. Hold on, let me check something out really quick before I go. I'm going to see if I can find that. That screenshot. Might take a minute though. Trying to find the screenshot of the one who knows. I need a screenshot of your screenshot. I'm looking for it right now because I actually forwarded it on to somebody. So we'll have to find that. They talk amongst yourselves selves when I was looking for this. I mean, I will admit it's possible that my memory of who wrote it isn't you. And if it isn't you, then I'll admit to it. But I'm still looking for it. And if you, when people type in, I'll wait, it's like, come on. Nobody's interested in what you're doing. Okay, I'll show it to you when I see it. When people say that, they're really confident until they're like, oh, okay. Yeah, all right, great. No hard feelings, all right? But let's see if I can find it. Still trying to find it. Oh, okay. So maybe it wasn't the one who knows. I think it was the guy. I just found the thing. It's the Bobby Camworth. Who is that guy, anyways? What does he do? And sorry about that one. The one who knows. But you make some strange comments yourself. So, anyways, I mean, you guys have all seen the one who knows, right? He claims to be the one who knows, but it'll turn out that he isn't the one that knows, but won't ever say to anybody, oh, wow, everybody, I was wrong the whole time, and he'll go back to whatever real name that is. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It won't be the right person, the one who knows, okay? Good for you. So you named the suspect, you told everybody, and you got it all charted down, just waiting and waiting for the arrest, so you can get your payout, right? Okay, great. Yeah. So what's the deal with that Bobby Camworth guy? What's his story? Yeah, that's right. Whatever. It will not. I bet you. I'll bet you $10. How about this? I'll bet you $50. The one who knows that your suspect is not the killer. Okay. And what you have to do is you have to send me the name of the killer because you've already turned it in. You got your reward money coming. So why don't you send it to me, and I'll give you $50 if it turns out. So you'll make $130 or $230,000 and or $230 and $50. $230,050. All right? Does that sound good? So you'll get an extra $50 on it. All right? But if it's not, you have to send me $50. Does that sound good? Are you in? The one who knows? How about this? You send me $50 if it doesn't turn out to be your person. How does you wait to know? What does that mean? How does you wait to know? I don't know what that means. But here's what we should do is you send me the name since you've already turned it in and documented it. Send me the name. I'll store it. And if it turns out to be your person, I'll send you $50. And I'll even do it on PayPal. Yeah, it's just whenever the answer is. But you have to send me the name today so that I don't, you can't just later go, yep, that's the guy I had. You have to give me the name. What do you mean that all, what, yeah, your writing's really, I don't even understand it half the time. That all you'll do. No, I do all kinds of other cases. I'm just going to say, I'll give you $50 if you pick the right guy. That's it. Are you in or not? And the truth is, I would love it if you were right. So I'd be so happy to give you $50. Look, I would say this right now. Nobody in this chat right now has a clue who the suspect is. Now, you might think you do. Oh, no, Gray. I've got this guy. Really? Well, let's put it this way. Somebody might have a clue because there's so many in here, and all of you have ripped out about 1,000 people. So 200,000 people have been named. So there you go. Maybe there's a chance. It's just like the psychics who bust out every single conceivable theory on various channels and then go back to the one that was closest to being right. Right. Yeah. So the one who knows, how come you didn't take the bet that I gave you? I said, if you're not right, you have to send me $50. How about this? I'll make it better for you. I'll send you $100 if you are right, but you have to send me $50 if you're wrong. Does that sound good? Right. No, you think you have the name of the perp. So what I need you to do is give me the name too, because you've already turned it in, right? You've already documented that you're first and everything. So just send me the name in an email, and I'll store it. And if it turns out that you're right, I'll send you $100. But if you're wrong, you have to send me $50. Does that sound good? Ah, I see. Right. Another fraud. Another fraud. Let me guess, you're psychic, right? The one who knows is a psychic, right? Do you have an EVP reading device too? Did you say Little Caesars? Yeah. All right, everybody. I think that's it for the the show tonight. Boy, that was some fun stuff right there. All right. And let me say thank you to, let's see, it was Karen K, Kit Kat, Lori Fisher, Eleni or E. Lenny, Cleaning Out the Cobwebs, Miss Jules, Rebecca Hudson, and Candy Douglas. Thank you very much. And let me see if there's any of those that came in were a... let's see. No. Okay, good. All right. Well, thank you guys for showing up tonight and going back over the... the timing and shadows on the bridge. All right, everybody. So that's it. And I'll probably see you guys... well, I will see you guys tomorrow. And thank you, Lanky Tor. Everyone hit the like button on the way out the door. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. All right, so that's it, everybody. Until next time, be safe out there. Oh, and thank you, Curious Georgia. I did see that at the last second. Thanks, Curious Georgia. All right. And Lanky Tor. Bye-bye.